Greg Hardy's fighting on this card.
Really? I like his clothes.
Greg Hardy?
Ed. Right?
Ed.
That's his nickname.
Well, that's his great uncle, I believe. Ed Hardy. Greg Hardy is sponsored by Ed Hardy.
Okay.
I believe so.
That's cool. I thought everyone in the UFC was sponsored by Reebok.
Does he get denim fighting shorts?
Hey, there's Jake, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back to the podcast. Jake is on, so we're going to make this one quick.
New voice behind the mic.
Yeah, it's been a while, guys.
Yeah, for last time Jake was on the podcast, we had 12 listeners.
Yeah.
We have grown exponentially since then. So Jake, this is your introduction / reintroduction to the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Jake is my personal assistant. He works at You Betcha.
Yep.
And he was on the original Breakfast Ball crew. And then we fired him. And then Cody went on vacation, so he's back.
So we fired Cody.
So we fired Cody.
And hired Jake back.
And hired Jake back. So welcome back to the podcast, Jacob.
Thanks,
Jake,
guys. I appreciate it.
How have you seen Breakfast Ball change since you were last on the podcast? Whether that's content, podcast, anything like that.
What makes you guys...
the incredible amount of numbers we're pulling without you here.
I don't watch your guys' content.
Holy shit.
Hey, I'm only joking, guys. I'm only joking. One thing that I do love the background. You guys...
It is a great background.
You were talking shit about it last week.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You were making fun of the turf.
Oh, yeah, I did
I don't
make
get why
fun of the
people
turf.
don't like the turf. There's multiple people that don't like it.
I don't like it. I think we should have got the flat turf. Because it's too bulky.
But it looks more like grass now. The flat stuff doesn't look like grass.
We don't need it to look like grass. We need it to make the rest of the stuff pop.
Oh, that's the scheme.
Yeah.
The scheme behind it. Okay.
It's a little dull. Also, the
Yes.
grass is really long. It's
So
probably
it
the rough.
And it like
I'm
covers
used
up
to
our,
it.
it kind of covers our clubs up. The clubs would pop much more on just the old shitty Astro turf that you would like tear your skin off playing on.
We can mow it down if it's too too long.
Get a mower.
Or just weed whack it real quick.
Yeah.
And the way Cody attached the turf to the piece of wood, there are so many he used screws that were about three times too long.
They're sticking out.
They're out like an inch and a half. They're not just like barely out where you like kind of catch the nub. They're out a good, probably a half an inch. So there's times like I know where to put my hands now when we hang it up.
Yeah.
Because I've stabbed my hands on this sign so many damn times. And if we did the AstroTurf, we could just staple it.
Okay. Well, if we get rid of that turf, we definitely need to keep it because we can have like our own chipping mat.
Yeah, we could just make our own mini golf, except you use irons because it's the rough.
Or we could make mini golf where it's like, you know, those little tiny players.
Oh
that you
yeah,
have on a stick.
you have one of those.
It's the worst purchase of my life.
You haven't used it yet.
I used it once. I threw it away immediately.
Really?
Threw it right in the garbage because the club kept falling out of the little guy's hands.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
You know, it's like a golf shaft with a little guy on the end, and you can put little clubs in there so he can hit like a miniature ball.
Oh, it's like a little foosball guy at the end of a golf stick.
Yes.
Yep, it is the worst invention of all time.
The dude on TikTok is making a living off of it now.
He must have just bought a more expensive one. I bought like the $35 version, and the box was absolutely dismembered when I got it.
Oh.
So I used it once, and I have the video from it actually because I was gonna try and see how many times it'd take to get a hole in one. And after like shot 5, I threw it right in the garbage. You ever do that with shit? You just get it and you just throw it right in the garbage.
Mm-mm. I throw it in my garage where it can collect dust for about a year, and then I throw it away.
Because I don't have enough room in my garage the way it is. So
yeah,
you just gotta throw it away.
Me either, but it still ends up there.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.
Okay, Jake's
Anyways,
back.
guys,
Welcome
I'm
to
here.
the podcast. No idea what episode we're in. It's the high 30s probably.
I think this is 40. I don't
Maybe
know.
40.
No, really?
I was looking through the folder. Last
I'll
episode
look
I
it
saw
up.
was episode 39.
Tyler, have we been doing this for 40 weeks?
40 days and 40 nights.
Wow.
This is a milestone for you guys. I'm glad I could be here for
40
it.
weeks. That's like what, 10 months?
That's like at least 2 falls.
That's like 6 falls ago, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm looking it up. Everybody keep talking, fill the void.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, this is episode 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys,
Holy
welcome to episode
shit.
40. Hey, real quick. We said it last podcast. I'm going to say it again because it's episode 40, big time milestone. Breakfast Ball, Bevcart regular merch on the website, oubetcha.com. We have not officially released it yet. It'll be released very soon, like this week.
But it's on there.
with a video, but it's on there. We just haven't told anyone about it except you guys. So limited quantities on the hats, on the golf towels. Polos are usually always in stock. So go check it out. OUBetcha.com. Get one before they're gone.
Yeah. Do it
Go get them.
on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check them out. Get the hats. Wear them.
Hey, let's go, team. Could you imagine if golfers had cheerleaders? That'd be electric. They need to add that to the sport.
Oh, I have a segment for Ryan that could maybe be one of his answers.
What's your thought on cheerleaders?
I hate them.
Do you hate all levels of cheerleaders? Like,
no, the highest level, and probably sports like football or maybe basketball where you can't hear the cheerleaders as well.
yeah.
Then I like them. But like I wrestled, and the
Yes.
cheerleaders are right on the fucking mat
Yes.
from you to me away, and they're all just patting the freaking mat over and over, and you can hear that when you're wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. It's not motivating at all.
Did you ever date any of the cheerleaders?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
That was kind of like
I probably
kinda like
never
stay
would.
away.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like any of the cheerleaders' faults. I just had a girlfriend all of high school,
Not to brag.
and I didn't like that they were right next to me during my matches.
yeah.
We actually got rid of cheerleading after a while. So
Oh,
That's a sport you can't have cheerleaders for.
yeah, the wrestling cheers sucked too.
Do you ever watch like, I don't know if it's college cheerleading on like sometimes on ESPN?
Like the competitive cheerleading where they're like doing crazy backflips and shit. I think that's cool.
What's the movie called? Is it Bring It On?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great movie, by the way.
never seen it.
Is it Kirsten Dunst?
I think so. Blonde girl,
Yeah.
big in the early 2000s. Jake is. I don't
Jake,
know
what are
he's
you
doing.
looking at?
I'm
Are you
looking at
okay?
my levels over here
Okay.
on my board.
He looked like he was about to fall asleep.
Welcome back.
Yeah. There's Bring It On 1, Bring It On 2.
Yeah. Bring It On again.
Yeah, and then there's
Bring it on one more time.
Yeah.
And
Bring It
Bring It
On
On-
for a last time.
yeah, Bring It On finale.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched the Netflix documentary. It was like a mini series called Cheer.
Yeah.
That shit was intense.
That got a lot of flack, didn't it?
I don't know. I liked it.
No,
was
you're
a-
thinking of Cuties, the one about
Oh,
the
yeah.
kids cheerleading,
Yep.
or kids
No,
dance, or
this
whatever.
was about some not D3, but it was like a 2-year college, like junior college,
Like a tech college.
that they've won like nationals like 15 times or something in the last
Jesus.
18 years. That shit was intense.
Hey,
A
They
lot of
maybe-
respect for them.
do you think any cheerleaders are monetizing these days?
Oh yeah. We'll get to that later.
We're gonna get to that.
It's a little teaser.
All right, Tyler, let's hop in the first segment. You're going to ask me some questions, and I am going to answer them to the best of my ability.
Okay, I'm gonna start you off with an easy one. Probably not easy actually, but
So what is this? What's the basis of this?
it's
What
just
is
a
this?
what would you do?
Is it golf related or
It's
is it
all
just-
golf related. We're a golf podcast.
Well, we are a golf podcast, but a lot of the times we don't even talk about golf.
That's true. We haven't talked about golf yet today.
no.
I said golf needs cheerleaders, and then instead of going down that route, we went down the cheerleader route. That's
true.
Instead of down the golf route.
That's how we roll. All
Yikes.
right.
If golf didn't exist, what would you do in the summer?
Oh man, that's a great question. Because I've always said the best thing about golf is that you can just go play it right away. You can't go play football. You can't go play basketball. Well, you couldn't play basketball by yourself.
Yeah.
But it's just not as fun. What would I do? God, I want to say I'd play amateur baseball or softball, but then again, I don't think I would want to because there's a certain time and day that you need to be at softball and
It's very
amateur
scheduled.
baseball. Very scheduled. Tournaments on the weekends. I like weekends in the summer just to do nothing.
To golf, but
Well, to golf,
if
but
golf doesn't exist,
I can also golf in my own time.
you know,
So, oh man, that's a great question. Actually, I don't think I would replace it with anything.
do you know what I thought you would say?
What?
I thought you would fish.
Yeah.
'Cause
See,
you
I can
do
still,
that whenever you want.
right. I can still fish while like during golf season. I can still fish. I don't know. I don't fish as much as I used to.
Yeah, because you golf.
I don't fish as much as I used to.
That's not the song.
No.
No.
Think I ever was.
Is that Toby Keith? Is that Toby?
Is that who it is?
Yeah, Toby Keith
I don't
thinks this
know.
is as good as I once was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fish as much as I once did. Maybe I would fish a little bit more, Tyler. I don't know. That's a really good question.
I don't know what I would do either. I'd probably watch way more TV.
Yeah.
Just because I love getting super into TV shows.
I think I would
But
maybe
I don't know.
fling stick if golf didn't exist.
I wouldn't.
Me either.
I could see Ryan doing like racquetball because you can just show up to the
pickleball.
pickleball.
I'll tell you what.
Old people why is pickleball such a huge thing out of nowhere?
I'll
Pickleball
play-
was a game you played for 1 week in high school in your racket class. And now it is.
Pickleball, ping pong, badminton.
Yeah, you
That was
play
like
those
the
in
cycle
gym.
for 6 weeks. It was the best 6 weeks ever.
Yeah, and that was fun. Don't get me wrong. But now there are legitimate, nice-ass pickleball courts
Yeah.
in small towns.
I went to a conference in Arizona a couple years ago, and there was like 6 pickleball courts stacked up on each other, and that's what we do in the morning. And I was with a pretty competitive group of guys, and
So you fit right in.
so I fit right in.
Yep.
So I mean, by freaking 10 a.m., I'm sweating my ass off. My body's sore. I just want to go lay by the pool. Yeah, I would maybe start playing some pickleball.
Dude. Ryan, curling. Curling is
Yeah.
making a
Not in the
huge
summer.
dude. I was living in a town of like 12,000 people for a while. They
Not to
had
brag.
they had their own curling arena. 12,000
Dude,
people.
we have
How
two
does
of them,
that?
dude.
even-
Detroit Lakes has a curling arena, and it's like 6,000 people.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it all these small towns have one too? Just like you were saying.
Because U.S. Olympic team, Bemidji, Minnesota,
Yep.
or northern Minnesota.
I think they're Bemidji and Duluth guys.
Sure. Yep.
I don't know. We actually almost had them on the podcast at one point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. I think pickleball is a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if old people can do it, it's like golf. Old people can golf.
Yeah.
That means anyone can play pickleball.
Oh my guys, I think we got to rebrand this whole podcast to a pickleball.
We should go play
podcast.
pickleball.
We
We'll
should.
need some rackets though.
DL, you just get them. You show up to this thing and you just take them out of the box and
Here's
then
the thing,
play
though.
pickleball.
I'm a pretty good pickleball player. I'm a pretty good ping pong player, but I am not a good tennis player.
Yeah, that's why people play pickleball, not tennis.
I don't know. It's something about the difference in balls. One is
It's a wiffle ball.
Here's a question for you. Why is there fuzz on a tennis ball?
I don't know. Do you know that fuzz is bad for your dog's teeth? Did a whole
Really?
news story on it once.
Oh
Really?
shit.
It grinds it down. It's like really, really fine sandpaper.
Huh.
Interesting.
Mhm.
So don't let your dogs chew on tennis balls.
Correct. You can find my story at inforum.com. Just search Tyler Ziegler tennis balls.
How many tennis balls can Tyler shove up?
What?
Uh,
No.
All right. What do you got for me next?
All right. The CEO of golf sits down and he says, Ryan, the t-shirt guy, golf needs a new rule to make it more interesting and appeal to the masses. Right now, this moment, golf needs a new rule. You have to come up with it or the sport's gone forever. What's the rule? What do you do? What's your rule?
Is this professional or is this
All golf.
This is all golf.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast ball on the first hole. Mandatory.
Mandatory. You have to take your second one. Even
And then you can hit either your first or second ball.
okay.
So if you hit a good first shot, then you better be swinging out of your ass in the second one.
So is that enough to save golf?
No, it's not. If you're talking on the professional level, I think these people should be playing with carts. It makes the game go a
Okay.
little bit faster. Because there's a lot of thinking that is involved in professional golf. I get it. There's millions of dollars on the line, but for the viewership, I just think it's a little bit too slow, kind of like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say implement the carts. I would say have a camera following each guy
Mm-hmm.
so that you can pick through on the TV what guy you want to
They
watch.
do that now, remember? We talked about this.
It very fresh though. I don't know
Yeah.
if they've worked the kinks out yet.
When you
if I-
watch a tournament on Amazon, you can pick a golfer.
Okay.
Yep.
So that there's a step in the right direction. I don't know.
I
That's
went
only-
a very different route than you.
Where'd you go?
Golf is now a contact sport.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
you-
the new Mario golf game.
It
Beat the crap out of
you
each
can
other.
hit people. I
Really?
haven't played it yet.
All I know is that you can like mess with people, like throw like Mario Kart banana peels and stuff like that.
I was thinking every golfer gets. It's like I can't remember the name of the game. It's like when you play 7-on-7 two-hand touch football, the quarterback gets 6 seconds before you can rush the quarterback.
Yep.
It's like golf. Golfers have 5 seconds or whatever to hit the ball. But as soon as that 5 seconds is up, the guy you're golfing with can tackle the shit out of you.
No shit.
You got to get away from him, and then you're going to have to do like a running scramble shot.
That's an interesting point. So have you ever played ping pong with someone where it's like, I don't even remember what the game's called, but you basically like lift your shirt up, you turn around.
Yeah.
And,
Sting pong.
Sting pong.
Yeah.
Every point you lose, the other guy gets to take a rip at your back.
yes. So if
Such a stupid game.
so in golf, if you want a mulligan, someone gets to hit a ball at your back.
That's you could get permanent injury from that, not a ping pong
Let's
ball.
go 58 degree. 58 degree wedge. A little bit more loft on it.
Yeah, okay, you got to go 58-degree wedge, but the person hitting the ball at you has to move back pretty far. So there's like 9 times out of 10, the loft is going to just put it over your
Sure.
head. They got to purposely try to blade it if they want to hit you.
Yeah. We're not throwing 4 or 5 iron, 3 wood.
Driver off the deck.
That's actually a good one because that's a tough shot. So
Not for the pros, though. They're doming people in the back of the head. You got to wear a helmet, right?
Yeah, you get to wear a helmet. I don't know. Maybe you get to wear some sort of padding.
Hits you in the lower C4 vertebrae.
Oh God.
That'd be bad news.
Yeah, there's definitely a bodysuit involved. Like each caddy is carrying a bodysuit as well. So if their player needs a mulligan, throw the bodysuit on and you just take one right to the back.
Yes, it's still got to hurt, but it can't leave permanent injury.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm saying you should just go with the ping pong ball right there.
Yeah,
Like,
let him tee off one of those plastic practice balls at you.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's back to the tennis ball thing. Maybe it's tennis ball because you can smack
That'll
tennis
hurt
balls.
their teeth.
Hurt whose teeth?
It'll grind their teeth down.
Oh God. Quit plugging the story that you did 6 years ago.
Inform.com.
Oh my God.
Quit plugging inform.com too.
There's a fucking paywall, so no one can watch it anyway.
True. Yeah, I'm not
Idiots.
paying for that.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are valid answers.
Yeah, golf is now a contact sport.
Yeah.
Because think about the biggest sport in the world. The most watched sport in the world
Soccer?
is football, and then it's soccer. Super Bowl does stupid numbers.
I would disagree. Jake, what's the most viewed sport in the world?
It's probably soccer.
I want to say soccer.
Soccer's still kind of contact.
Because I mean, if you look at the World Cup, which is again only 2 or 4 years,
Yeah, soccer has an estimated 3.5 billion fans on the face of the earth. That's
Cricket
half of
is
the
second.
population.
Oh yeah, I actually watched a documentary on cricket.
football's not even in the top 5.
It's probably 5.
How is field hockey number 4?
Golf is the 10th most popular sport in the world.
Wow, 390 million followers. Number 9 is American football or rugby.
I suppose, because the only reason I said football is because I know the Super Bowl has the records for most watched.
What about the World Cup?
It's got more. I've looked this
No.
up. It does, and the only thing that's in the top 10 that's not football is the MASH finale. The finale of the old ass TV show
Like
MASH.
Really?
The final episode. Look at most watched TV shows of all time, or episodes or whatever it was. But it's all Super Bowls and then the MASH finale.
So as a kid, when there's nothing on TV to watch, there's always a MASH marathon.
Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Dude, MASH is always on.
Well, and I would still refuse to watch it.
Yeah, my grandpa watched it.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I mean, it's more of Grandpa Dave's time.
Yeah, look, it's all
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowls. Super Bowl, and then number 9 is the MASH finale.
Goodbye, farewell, and amen.
And the rest of them are Super Bowls all the way down.
Oh
No,
my God.
the top 30 watched things of all time, 29 are Super Bowls, and number 9 is the MASH finale.
Not even the World Cup. I would have thought the World Cup final was 100% in the top 5.
Yeah, it would mean if you go by the most followed sports, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But I think the Super Bowl has become kind of a holiday in and of itself.
Yeah.
So that people that don't even give a shit about football are all watching the Super Bowl.
My proposition for the last couple of years has been Super Bowl needs to be on a Saturday.
Yeah. Super Bowl should be on a Wednesday so we can get Wednesday and Thursday off
And Friday.
and Friday off. And then
Super
and
Bowl
the
should be-
following Monday.
No, Super Bowl should be on a Monday so we can get Monday through Friday off.
What do you think about making football, the Super Bowl, a 3-game series?
Ooh, I actually don't mind
I
that.
like that.
You have it on back-to-back-to-back weekends.
Because then if you take the what was it? No, it's 2012 Patriots Giants.
Mm-hmm. Tom Brady never loses to Eli Manning in a Super Bowl if they do a series.
Correct. Tom Brady's going to win those next 2 games.
Yep.
Because the guy who caught the football off his head, and I can't remember what his name was.
Was that? No, I don't remember who.
I'll look it up.
That's not going to happen again. But that's also the draw to the Super Bowl is one and done.
I do, yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's no sport like that anymore.
Right. And baseball's a little bit different because you have different pitchers. You know, your guys aren't getting tore up.
David Tyree.
Yep.
And baseball home field advantage, I think, matters a lot more.
Agreed.
In the Super Bowl, it doesn't really matter.
It's a neutral site.
Because it's neutral, and like even the one that was like the Patriots played in Tampa Bay this year.
Yeah.
Or not the Patriots, Jesus Christ. Tom Brady played in Tampa Bay, which was technically a home game, but Super Bowl tickets are just anyone that can afford a ticket, you know?
You're not getting the Tampa Bay Buck home field crowd.
Right. And Tampa Bay was technically the away team.
Sure.
Because they were the lower seats. They had to go in the away locker room.
Yep.
So you don't get like your usual flow.
That would screw me up even more, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what would happen the year that it was in Minneapolis. If the Vikings would have made it, they would have had to be in the away team because they would have been the lower seed.
Interesting.
Yep. Anyway, like you said, not a golf podcast. We barely talk about
Not a golf podcast.
It's a MASH podcast.
I actually do have a proposition for you guys here. This is
for the golf rule change.
I don't know if this is exactly a rule change, but more just a suggestion for golf in general. How would you guys feel if any single golf course, 18 holes in the United States, Canada, whatever, could all sign up for a lottery? Europe too. Could all sign up for a lottery. Can't forget about Europe. An entire continent.
Where it started.
Yeah, an entire continent. Yeah. What if all of those golf courses could put like a ticket in for a lottery and the PGA pulls one of them out of the hat, and it doesn't matter whether or not this golf course is in like Tucson, Arizona, or it's in Saskatchewan, Canada, or whatever,
Or in Frazee.
or in Frazee, Minnesota, but they're going to go do a tournament there for a weekend. Take all the pros out into the middle of nowhere. Just a random golf course.
I kind of like that. I think that they got to make that a big, like, kind of charity fun event sort of thing. Kind of like the Waste Management Open is more for fun than it is really the prestige of golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do those kind of vibes. I would be very interested to see how somebody like Bryson plays a regular guy course.
Think about
He'd have to club down, dude, on every par 4.
Think about him playing at Prairie Wood.
He would,
And it's a 9-hole course. So you have to play it through twice.
Yep.
Just to get your 18 in for the
so you're playing the same course. It's 4 days, right?
Yeah.
So you're playing it 8 times total.
What about think about what if El Zago in Fargo was
A
par 3 course?
Bryson's teeing off, and on the side he got some Yahoo playing foot golf.
Yeah. He's got a 64-degree wedge to hit a 120-yard shot.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I would like to see that.
That would be funny.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, and it's like the PGA does an event there, but it's completely voluntary on who wants to play there. So like then you don't have the snobby guys. You got all just the people that are there for fun guys. Like
I think you got to have the top 10 there.
Yeah, you can't require that though. Because they don't have to go to any tournaments.
No,
if
but
they
this
don't
is
want
just
to.
hypothetical.
Like
So-
Ricky Fowler would absolutely thrive in this atmosphere.
Yeah.
Ricky would thrive. Bubba would thrive.
Burn Weisberger.
Burned would.
We could maybe bring him to the bunker here and get him on the podcast.
He would honestly have the biggest cheering section of all time from us
Yeah.
and our fans. So.
3 guys.
Do you guys still love Burned Weisberger?
Yeah,
on this
dude, he
podcast?
won a tournament in Europe. It was
I don't know. He won't answer our messages. He won't even look at them.
It's okay though.
At least he didn't leave us on red, though.
It's kind of like don't meet your heroes, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
think-
want to meet him because I don't want to ruin this perfect image I've painted in my head.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I have one more. What would you do?
Okay.
Final one. Ryan, you are having the absolute best round of your life. We could even say,
usual.
I'll change it. You're having the best round of your life in the semifinals at the Pine to Palm.
Okay.
You are doing
Birdie,
great.
birdie.
Birdie. You're ahead of the guy you're playing against to get into the finals by 2 strokes.
Okay.
You're on hole 15
Okay.
of 18 and you shit your pants.
Okay.
There's a time delay. If you go and clean up and come back out, you're out.
Okay.
Do you finish the tournament with shitty pants?
Yes. Because I have a new Bevcart regular golf towel that I would wipe up with. And because I can just casually go get myself a new one from the warehouse, I would just throw it in the garbage.
Okay.
What I would do first, though,
So you're willing in front of all the press.
Well, that's
And
what my caddy's for.
I'm not going to wipe your ass for you.
No, he takes the towel and he towels over me so no one can see me.
People are going to know you're doing something.
Yeah, but they won't be able to see what they're trying to see, you know.
I'm going to be pretty, dude, it's going to be pretty obvious that you're wiping your ass behind a towel. It's a very distinct set of motions.
Well, yeah, no, people are going to see that I shit my pants 100%. There's no way around that.
So you just own the fact that you shit your pants, or
Well,
you try to hide it at all? 'Cause hey,
I definitely try and hide it right away, but if it's unhideable, then I'm just going to go
Okay.
with it. Here's what I would do, though. I would go to the ball washer. I'd throw my towel in the ball washer, or at least a little corner anyway. I'd get it nice and clean, and, you know, there's a little bit of like soap solution in there. So at least I wouldn't smell bad.
But it's only 3 holes. And no one's going to smell you. I'm more worried about people seeing that you shit your pants.
I typically keep an extra pair of boxers and shorts in my bag. And
Oh, you don't. No, you don't.
yes,
You're gonna now.
Yeah.
yeah, usually keep an extra pair of briefs, extra pair of golf shorts.
No, you don't.
I've actually never worn them before. They're just in there in case of that situation.
I'm going a different route. I'm gonna weaponize it.
How would
I'm
you do
going
that?
up next to the guy I'm playing, just close enough and definitely upwind.
Well, at that point, it's like, you know, that
Because
now that guy, that's all that your opponent is thinking about is that you just shit your pants. If you can
Which
get
is
by
good.
that, then that's a big time distraction for them.
you got to just make him aware of what you just did to your own pants, because that immediately puts him in a headspace where he's in a lose-lose situation. If he wins, he beat a guy that shit his pants.
If he
is that
loses-
impressive? If he loses,
He loses to a guy who shit his pants.
yes.
Yeah, maybe I just have to shit my pants. Maybe just hold my 9 a.m. bathroom break for the 1 p.m. tea time.
I would just drink an insane amount of coffee.
I already do that anyway.
Eat like really bad chain Mexican food the night before.
I'll just have a blizzard the night before. That always does
You
it.
shit.
Dairy.
Ryan is like, I have a dairy intolerance. I'm like, no, you're lactose intolerant. He's like, no, not lactose, just dairy.
No, I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm dairy intolerant.
It's just
Okay, that's the last one I have.
Oh, that was a good one. Shit happens. You never know what's gonna happen. So
That's why you need to have yourself a Bevcart regular towel from oyouBetcha.com.
Yeah.
Only released to you, the podcast listeners, at this moment.
and if something like that happens to you, and you reach out and say, "Hey, my towel's in the garbage now. I couldn't help
We'll
it."
send you one.
I'll send you a new one. I'll have that baby shipped out in no time, and you'll be back to normal.
And instead of the breakfast ball egg drop logo, it'll be the smiling poop emoji logo.
Yep. Let's just hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The last couple of rounds of golf that I've played have not been great. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I better not show up like this at the final fall. We got some time though. We got some time.
We need to play the course.
I know. We'll play the course very soon.
Okay. Get it. Let's take a break. And then we have one more segment. We're talking about college athletes getting sponsorships.
Ooh. And maybe we might just sponsor one college athlete.
Just one. Okay. A punter from Towson reached out to us and wants to be the first You Betcha athlete. Miles hasn't seen it yet. I've seen the email.
FC division.
Isn't Towson just regular D1?
No, Towson is D1 FCS. D1 AA. That's what I'm trying to think of. They're
Yeah,
the same
whatever
as NDSU.
NDSU's in.
Towson, because they played them in the semifinals one year.
Oh,
I was
okay.
there. So what did he say? He
That's
reached out.
literally all he said. He's like, hey, I want to be a You Betcha athlete. What do I got to do?
You know what? I think Miles will do something like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about
I'll
it.
shut the fuck up.
He wants to do he wants to do stuff with college athletes, but he doesn't want to do the same thing Barstool is doing with just making people You Betcha athletes.
Sure.
He wants I don't know how much of this I can divulge on the podcast.
He doesn't listen to it anymore.
That's true. He wants to give them actual roles within the company, like have a basketball podcast with 2 college basketball players.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And have them do that, where they are a You Betcha athlete because they're on the You Betcha payroll to do this podcast, but
Yeah.
they're doing something. They're not just getting merch from us, you know?
Sure. It reminds me of the time when he was so diehard about sponsoring a lawnmower racer, which I think may still be in the works. We haven't talked about it for a year. But yeah, maybe a similar path, just not lawnmower racing, instead Division I athletes.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to do something along the lines of actually sort of employing an athlete.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah.
Well, he already employs me, and I am an athlete.
You are a professional golfer.
I am not a professional golfer.
We both are technically. Miles pays us to golf.
That's true.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Professional golfers.
Wow. Think about how many golfers out there that are better than us that do not get paid to do it. What kind of world are we living in right now?
It's weird.
To think that we would be getting we don't really get paid directly to golf, but we get our rounds paid for.
Yeah.
Because typically we're shooting content.
Yeah, because we make money off said rounds.
Yes. That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
We should.
I'm putting that on my Instagram bio, professional golfer.
Yeah, do that.
I'm putting mine as golfer with the money with the wings emoji after it.
Yeah.
I bet, Tyler, you could say that you're officially a You Betcha athlete too. You are a You Betcha athlete.
Yeah, this guy can't. Sorry, Towson, you are not going to be the first You Betcha athlete because Ryan and I already are.
Yes, that is correct. Interesting. What do you think about breakfast ball sponsoring a college athlete? And I don't know if sponsoring is the right word. Maybe
Partnering.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Like, should we sponsor one? And if we did, what would we do?
We would,
because golfers have to use their team towels and team hats and shit.
Yeah, I was wondering if if this could go as far as like NASCAR level where you could have Wonder Bread across your chest and, do that sort of thing.
See, that's the thing. We have the clout to sponsor a D3 athlete.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say we have the clout to sponsor a Minnesota State Community and Technical College.
Does not have sports.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's just sponsor.
My point proven.
We'll sponsor some student that goes there that just likes golf.
Yeah.
Isn't it competitively?
No, he just golfs on the weekends when he doesn't have to go to 8 a.m. class.
Right. Yeah, I think like if we would have to sponsor like a Division III or an NAIA level athlete.
Okay, NAIA is not in the same division as Division III.
It has the same level club.
We are like, I would say we are D1 AAA.
Dude, we used to beat the shit out of NAIA teams.
In football, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking baseball right now.
I know you are. That's all you'd ever talk
Friendly
about.
reminder, it's a golf podcast.
It
guys.
It is a golf podcast.
Yeah.
Former baseball player, though. We would kick the shit out of D2 teams, no problem.
Okay. Well, you were also part of a good baseball team in NAIA.
True.
Yeah. I was part of a very average D3 football team, and we used to beat the piss out of NAIA teams.
Yeah, the football team at Jamestown was dog shit.
Yeah. The year
Nothing
after
against the football players, but
year after I left, though, Jamestown won. So, writing on the wall.
So
I guess I was the key.
So you were essentially the reason that Concordia lost to Jamestown.
Yeah, that's 100% it.
I like that. I like the confidence.
They needed me, and they didn't have me.
Okay, so college golfers, they have to wear school. They have to wear. Do they now though? Because if they're getting paid.
So what I've seen a lot of colleges announce is that any deal or sponsorship that an athlete is going to get has to go through the college first.
Okay.
So
that's tough.
It is. So they're allowed to get sponsorships, right? And they can get paid off their likeness and the whole 9 yards, but the college has to approve it first.
Interesting.
So then you run into suspensions from your own college or even possibly getting kicked off the team if you go ahead and sign a deal without them saying, okay, you can do that.
Yep.
I think it's a bad move by the college because any sort of sponsorship is still more recognition for them.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, think about, there is now an employee who has to just sift through sponsorship applications, I'm sure, saying yes or no. There's a lot of bias that plays in there too.
Right.
What if you just don't like one of the athletes because he, rubbed you the wrong way in the hallway going to the cafeteria? It's like, that also contributes to people transferring. Hey, they're not going to give me this sponsorship, but this other college said they would.
Right. And I on the flip side of things, I can understand it from a business standpoint for the college itself. Let's say a college stadium is sponsored by AT&T, right? Yeah. And Sprint wants to sponsor your star athlete.
Yep.
You can't let them do that.
No.
Right?
Definitely not.
So I understand it on that thing. Or like if you are from you're playing at a college that's like, say, Concordia, where I went to D3 school, that's extremely religious, right?
Okay.
And a cannabis company wants to sponsor your athlete. That's a no-go with the school's views.
Yeah.
And it's not good for their image, and it's not good for
I think it's probably a no-go anywhere. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not federally legal yet.
maybe some California school
Yeah.
where it is legal would be okay with it, you
Like
know?
a California JUCO where they're just like cycling in anabolic steroids for their athletes.
Yeah, you're
to go
sponsored,
do one.
literally just sponsored by Human Growth Hormone.
Yeah. You're literally sponsored by Jay Cutler and Phil Heath.
Yeah, so I understand it on that aspect of it, but like what it's coming down to, what I've seen the most of all these sponsorship deals is just like the fake, not fake, but like the barstool athlete, where all you're getting is merch,
Yeah.
right? But you're a sponsored athlete.
Yep.
So I think we would have to do something along those lines, because like, what else would we do?
You know what we need to do?
We got to make our own money before we start giving it away to these kids.
So you know what? Like, I gotta revert back to baseball again. Like some games there'll be scouts sitting behind home plate, right? They got the radar guns. Now there's going to be scouts in terms of brands who are like, hey, do we want this kid to represent us? We need to go on a scouting trip.
Just like some college golf tournament.
Yeah, we need to go on a scouting trip. We need to pull some kids aside and be like, hey, really like what you did out there today. We think you'd be a great fit for the breakfast ball brand. I did see you shank that first one out the tee box.
Loved it.
Big time love there.
We really would have loved to see you hit another one just in case.
Yeah, and I did see you passed up the bev cart 3 times, which if we can get that down to 1.
We'll be talking. The fewer times you skip the bev cart, the more money we can give you. So
Yes, correct.
I'm going to show up in like a weird windbreaker with a tucked in polo underneath and
Collar coming out into the top.
collar coming out of the top, those strange baseball sunglasses with the points in the end with one of those straps that go around the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold a clipboard. It's not going to say anything on it, but
Okay.
I'll hold a
It's just
clipboard.
going to be an empty clipboard.
You'll have the clipboard. I'm going to have a stopwatch. I'm going to see how long, if these athletes do hit the bev cart, which they should be, I'm going to see how long it takes them to drink said bev cart drinks. The timer starts now once it's cracked.
Doesn't John Daly's son?
Arkansas golfer.
That's perfect.
We might have to go to Arkansas.
We got to
Hey,
go on a scouting
and
trip to
hold on.
Arkansas.
Here's your publicity stunt.
Jake, what's a direct flight to Arkansas from Fargo, North Dakota?
Pulling it up. Here's your guys' publicity stunt. You get him on his first tee box to try and hit another ball, and everyone's like, what the heck was that? And then you guys come around and say, he's trying to take a breakfast ball. He's the first breakfast ball athlete. There you go.
No, so we could sponsor him off season. Like he can have our shit off season.
Yeah.
Like I understand Arkansas, you got to have the Razorbacks. You got to be wearing the gear. You got to have the towel on. You got to use the balls. But out of season, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
$539 to Arkansas, boys. We can make that
Okay,
happen.
so
Yep.
$1,078 to get to Arkansas.
Do we have to come back? We got to get back.
We'll drive back.
It's also a 15-hour drive back, so that's
Not bad.
That's right in my wheelhouse.
that's like 1/16 of Tyler's road trip we took 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're now recruiters, essentially.
Yeah. Do we hire a recruiter?
We are the recruiters.
We should hire a recruiter. So it feels cooler when our recruiter brings the athlete to us. It has
Oh.
absolutely nothing to do with the quality of the recruiter. It's just optics for these athletes to want to be part of our brand.
Sure.
Yeah.
We just get them in house and say, hey, you're on the podcast now. That's
Yep.
how we get podcasts.
We get John Daly's son a podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Him on a podcast just telling stories about his dad would be electric.
Yeah, we got to make it about him too, though, you know?
Well,
Like,
not really,
We
but
got to get out of daddy's shadow.
We got to give him the full unofficial visit treatment when he gets here. You know,
like a
give him
college tour visit.
yeah.
We make him bunk up with Jake in his dorm room.
We make him sleep on the couch out here.
You make him you do the fake photo shoot, right? Where they have a jersey
Yeah.
with just some random number on it.
Yeah.
You know, like they do for football players.
Yep, and they put your last name on the jersey.
Yeah. That's what we do. We put him up in a polo, take a photo in front of the big, deep green, rough background you got there.
They're going to have signing days now where, the big time athletes have 4 schools, their hats laid out on a table. They're going to have that for brands now.
Yeah,
It's going to be breakfast ball. It's going to be a PGA tour. It's going to be
Golf Digest.
Golf Digest.
And Rick Shields.
And it's going to be Rick Shields.
We're there too. We're there. And
Who's going to have the coolest
just
hat?
hover their hand over our hats?
Who's going to have the coolest hat on the table? Breakfast ball.
Easily.
1,000%.
Easily.
I made them myself.
Jake designed them.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I did all the back work though.
we'll fight about this later, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wear them.
To think of John Daly pulling the breakfast ball Bevcar regular hat off the table and throwing that sucker on, it would be life changing.
It would be. And then we have to be like sitting in a room, like with cameras on us, like all nervous, standing around the desk, just waiting, watching his hand hover. And then we all celebrate and pop champagne and shit.
It's on live television.
Yeah.
It's actually on the Golf Network.
We like John Daly's son's actually like at his house, right?
Yeah.
Like he's at home, and like we get in the call. It's like, Daly Jr., we'd love for you to be a breakfast ball athlete. And then his family explodes.
No.
This just turned into the draft.
At his house, it's Rick Shields, the PGA Tour, and Golf Digest. They all have representatives there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the money to get there, so we're just chilling at home, and he ends up picking us over everyone else.
Our faces are just on like a laptop in a corner on a Zoom call.
on a Zoom call. That would be electric.
Yes.
If we ever do partner up with an athlete, we need to make it into some sort of that.
Yeah. We got to make it ridiculous.
Yes.
So this brings me to, we've talked about it a little bit in this podcast. Ryan and I were both college athletes. Jake, did you swim in college or not?
No, we didn't have a swim team.
Okay. So Ryan and I, college athletes.
Did you swim in college?
He swam in high school. I know.
Yeah, I did.
That was his thing.
No, I was the video guy for all the athletes.
He's a
That
swimmer.
was my job.
Okay.
I was the press for all the college athletes.
So this TikTok is for the college athletes in the room. If you're not a college athlete, just swipe ahead. I played D3 football. Ryan played NAIA baseball. If you have to pick a realistic one, like one that would actually want to sponsor you.
Okay.
Who's the ideal business for you at your college level of play?
Jake, why don't you go first on this one?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
You're a golfer.
I'm a golfer.
Yep.
Right. I'm trying to get any sponsorship that I can. So that means if I'm on the radio doing radio ads for Moe's Mattress Warehouse, I'm doing it. I'm taking every single bag I can get. Yeah.
That's your top choice.
Yeah,
Like if you could choose any brand.
Because that's
Moe's
realistically
Mattress.
all
Has to
I'm
be realistic.
getting, dude. Realistically, that's all I'm
We
getting.
can't pick Nike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There,
Yeah.
I'm on the radio going, "Hi, this is Jake. I'm a athlete here at University of North Dakota. Go on over, check out Moe's Mattress Warehouse for their 4th of July blowout sale." That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Tyler?
Oh, I would have to get somebody from my hometown because nobody locally would have wanted to sponsor a super average athlete at a D3 school. So I'm going with soft plug for Frazee right now. Ketter's Meat Market.
No shit. Ketters.
Ketters. It's the last name, local last name. Ketter's Meat Market is my official sponsor of my D3 athletic career. You can get yourself a...
Oh, he's even got a card. You even got
You got a business card.
Ketter's Meat Market.
Wow.
It is a
that a
gift
gift
card it's a $50 gift card that I paid $45 for at a silent auction.
Oh my God. You can maybe get 2 brats with that extra $5. 2 free, buy a $50 gift card and get 2 free brats.
Get a couple free glizzies at the turn.
Yeah.
Get a couple free meat missiles.
It's an absolute
Some
pork rock.
sausage rockets.
Fucking grease missiles. By the way, hot dog eating contest. Nathan's hot dog eating contest was last weekend. I don't mean to sidetrack because I still have to go, but did you guys see Joey Chestnut 76 hot dogs?
Yeah, it's always every Joey Chestnut win though has an asterisk next to it since they
Why?
banned Kobayashi.
Oh, they banned him?
Kobayashi has been banned for a few years.
Why?
Well, he left Nathan's or whatever league, whatever hot dog eating league that is.
It's
The PHDEL, the Pro Hot Dog Eating League.
okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
He left that league because they wanted Kobayashi to sign a contract saying that he wouldn't compete in any other hot dog eating events that weren't sanctioned by that league.
Sure.
So Kobayashi's like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to do it. And then he went to the next year's Nathan's tournament and Chestnut won and Kobayashi stood up and everyone started chanting Kobayashi's name,
Really?
even after Joey Chestnut won. And so then he was banned from the events.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, he got arrested
fact.
for it. He got and he got charged with like a couple things that were pretty little, but
No shit.
yeah, he got arrested for.
Now he's in prison for the rest of his life
Now he's in prison
for going to the Nathan's hot
eating
dog.
glizzies.
eating mess hall hot dog.
No, like actually eating glizzies.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Eating
Relax.
eating
Oh no.
a fat grease missile. The company that I'm getting sponsored by, I'm gonna go a little bit bigger than you guys. I think you kind of short sold yourself.
No, I'm the title. The Ketter's Meat Market's my title sponsor.
I'm going 5 Hour Energy.
Dude, that's a national brand.
Yeah, but they haven't hit the athlete market yet. They don't know what a 5 Hour Energy does to my golf round. It shaves at least 4 to 5 strokes off my game.
Ryan,
Why
that's
aren't
a
you
little
drinking more of them
unrealistic.
then?
Yeah.
I drink one before I golf every time.
Ryan, you can't drink 5 Hour Energies if you're not actually drinking 5 Hour Energies. I know that you're drinking Costco energy shots.
Yeah, but in the morning, not golfing.
They're not
Before
5
golf,
hour.
it's 5 Hour Energy.
You can't have 5
Extra
hour
strength.
energy.
Strawberry watermelon.
I like the blue ones.
Yeah, más o menos.
I just think that might be too high. I'm not trying to sell you short, but I think it might be too high.
I think you need to go for your local sporting goods store. I think you need a sponsor.
Your local Dick's.
Yeah, or
I don't
like
have a Dick's.
well then you just got to find the local one that's right down on Main Street. You need to go to Bill's Sporting Goods and see if they'll hook you up with a baseball glove every couple of years.
Yeah, I don't want to short sell myself. 5 Hour Energy.
Pick a different one. Just pick a different one for to be safe. Let's say 5 Hour Energy says no. We're actually going to go with Ricky Fowler.
How about Qdoba?
I like that one.
Do you think that's more realistic?
Your local Qdoba, because it's like it's part of the franchise.
You
but
know
it's
what I'm going
locally
with?
owned.
I'm going with the local Moorhead DQ.
I like that one.
One of the only original DQs left that hasn't sold out yet
It's like one of the very first Dairy Queens, if not the first Dairy Queen.
of all time.
Mm-hmm. They don't even serve food. It's just ice cream, and you can't go in.
No shit.
It's just the walk-up one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Moorhead DQ.
It's where the dilly bar was invented.
Maybe they
Really?
could put my face on a dilly bar.
I like that.
Or
They stamp it on there.
A golf ball.
or on an ice
dilly
cream
bar.
cake.
That would ruin it for me. Anyone else's face.
Yeah. If you were going to go for a big time sponsor, though, any company in the whole world, who would it be?
That's a good question. Come back to me. Let me think about it.
I think I'd probably have to go with like FootJoy or Titleist.
I'm going to go with Noodle.
Really?
No, I'm genuinely.
Kirkland.
I was just going to say, without a doubt, I would go with Costco as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm not just pigeonholed the Kirkland stuff. All my golf gear is Kirkland, right? But then I can still get like all of the bulk food and stuff if
Yeah.
I'm just sponsored by Costco.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm going to eat this on the golf course. So therefore it falls in line with the sponsorship.
Yes.
Okay. Kirkland is a great one. That's actually who I would probably go with too.
Yeah, Kirkland needs a golfer bad.
Yeah.
We gotta have our guy reach out to Kirkland.
We get balls, we get clubs, and we get
Dude, I love my Kirkland.
And you
We
get
don't
rotisserie chickens.
rotisserie chickens for
Fuck,
$5.
dude, Those rotisserie chickens go hard.
We don't get
I know.
Kirkland Light anymore though, which is fine because
We
that
can
was
get the
dog
vodka.
shit.
We
Yeah.
can make Arnold Palmer's, John Daly's, whatever you want to call them.
Okay. I like that. A lot of stuff going on in the college sports world right now.
It is.
There is people, as soon as that was announced, that are making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's going to keep people from going one and done in, let's just say, basketball? The fact that they can make money in college,
I never thought about that.
because I was thinking about this the other day. It's like people go one and done because they want that NBA paycheck, which I get, and a sponsored athlete in college is not going to get an NBA paycheck or even close. But if they get put on the cover of NCAA basketball video game or something like that, that's got to pay out a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or even just locally, right?
Hey, we'll put you on the cover of NCAA basketball if you agree to stay in college for one more year so we can use your likeness for another season.
I mean, I think they're obviously, if they go to the league, they're going to get a bigger paycheck than they would in college.
100%.
So I think, to your point, a lot of people that are like on the fence talent-wise are going to stay another year for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you're not like the all-star at Duke and you're going to get a starting spot in the league the next year, you're for sure. But if you're like one of those guys that's good, but you're not the guy, you'll probably stay another year until you're the guy and you're going to get drafted higher. You're going to get a bigger deal out of school. But But then again, to argue it, I was listening to Bussin' with the Boys. It's a good podcast with a couple of dudes that play for the Titans. Taylor Lewin was talking about how much more of a grind college sports is than professional sports.
I believe it.
Because you still got to go to class, you still got to do the whole 9, and you're training just as hard. I still think people are going to want to get out of that atmosphere and get paid in the league too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and injuries too.
Yes.
It's like one more year at college is like one more season to get an injury and not get drafted.
Yeah.
Or also think about it for college sports that are the peak, that are the highest level of that sport that you can play. Like think about like college softball. There's no MLB for softball, right?
There is now.
There is, but it's still like college softball is widely accepted as that's the highest level of, you know, or like college swimming even. That's like the highest level besides the Olympics. All those people need to get paid because there is no NBA. There is no MLB or anything like that, you know?
Yep.
So you can make a absolutely bank. And like a lot of those people are really, really young. Like people who go to the Olympics in like swimming or whatever are like really, really young.
So if you were a freshman in college right now, again, would it make you more apt to maybe reach out to some brands, say, hey, I'd like to do this sort of sponsorship, or are you guys interested in doing XYZ? How would you approach that as a D3 athlete?
I am one that knows his place.
Sure.
So I probably wouldn't be reaching
That's
out
kind of
to
like
anybody.
me too.
You know, honestly, I would joke about it because my buddy's dad owns Ketters.
Mm-hmm.
I would joke about it with him. And if they want to give me a gift card, that's fine. I'm not actually going to go out and look for sponsorships as a D3 athlete.
Yeah. Think about how many companies now though are getting messages from like low level D3, D2, small school athletes.
Like
saying
Jimmy's Tires house.
And all they're saying is, all they're saying in a direct message to their social media guy is, hey, do you want to sponsor me? Yeah, sure. I used to get that all the time in my last job. Like, hey, will you send me free equipment for an Instagram post? No. But like we literally make top influencers pay for their stuff.
Yep.
Because we didn't know that we're going to get something out of it. Mm-hmm. Hey, will you sponsor me? No. Get the fuck off.
So if we legitimately, what does somebody need to do in a message to us? What do they need to say if they want to DM us and actually be sponsored?
I think they need to play into the brand. Mm-hmm. They need to know what we're all about on the page. Because if you follow the page, you know what we're about. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm not going to say it because I don't want anyone to listen to the podcast and be like, oh, well, now I know about the brand. Mm-hmm. You need to plead your case a little bit. Why you think you'd be a good fit. Tell me what you know about the brand, and you know, lay some logistics out there. Like, what's your idea of a sponsorship instead of making us come up with it?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I don't know what I would do. The only person that can DM us right now and say, "Would you sponsor me?" and I'd say, "Yep, let's do it."
Burned.
Is John Daly's son.
Oh, okay.
College athletes.
Sure.
Burned. Yeah, we'll send Burned a hat.
Oh, deal.
Let's send Burned a hat.
Hey, Jake. Bet.
We can get Is Burned a TaylorMade golfer?
I have no clue.
We could just get TaylorMade embroidered on one of these hats.
No, we just buy a hat from like the local sporting goods store and just send it to him.
Yeah. Put our logo on it.
I like it. So yeah, who knows if you're a college golfer, message the page. We can't promise that we're going to do anything, but at least we'll have options.
I'm going to promise you we probably won't do anything.
But if we do decide to do something in the future, we got a stockpile of names that we can reach back out to and sit down and have a conversation.
If you go to Minnesota State Community and Technical College and you like to play golf on the weekends,
you're in.
You're in.
Hit us up.
You are in. All right, Tyler. Should we wrap the podcast up?
Yeah, episode 40.
Boom. 40 weeks.
Jesus, man. 40 weeks. We've done it. We did it. This is the last episode. Thank you guys so much for everything.
I love you. We'll see you.
Just kidding.
See you never.
It's not the last episode.
No, we'll be back.
Go buy some hats and a towel.
Hats and a towel, breakfast ball, Bevcart regular merch, oubetcha.com, limited quantities. Go get one while you can. Mm-hmm. Love you.
Love you.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.